So right now I'm trying to calibrate this thing here, trying to adjust it, and I've had some degree of success, but I'm having a lot of trouble with it. I've already fully recapped this thing, so I know it's not a capacitor problem, but I actually think the problem isn't this. I think it's the piece of gear I'm trying to use to calibrate it with. I think it's this thing. Now I've already done a repair video on this thing and done some refurbishment on it. I've already replaced like capacitors, well some of the capacitors in it. I didn't replace all the caps. There's 2 caps I didn't do. I tested them at the time, they seemed to be okay. But they're big bulk caps which are on the main AC supply coming in. And I'm suspicious they're giving me trouble. Now I've got this hooked up to my Keithley nanowatt meter here. And you can see the voltage here is drifting up and down quite erratically. That's with no loading on it, right? This is hooked up to the current source. And it's drifting up and down. It's got a bit of averaging built into this thing. It does smooth out the readings quite nicely, so it makes it easy to see. I don't even actually have the filters and damping turned on right now. But you can see it's drifting up and down. That's with no load on it, it's just the meter itself. Now if I get this resistor here, well, it's 103k across it right now. Okay, so it is doing something. But so if I take the 100 off, so it's got like 3k across it. I'm currently injecting 2.99, so it's going to be 3 milliamps basically, because I've got this round up slightly. So it's about 3 milliamps going in. I'll take that one off, so I've got some loading on it. That's just 3k across it. And so it's now got some load to try and stabilise the power supply in case it's just like floating a little bit up and down. But you watch this, it's still floating around. When I actually look at this on my Siglent multimeter, which has got statistics and stuff on it, you can actually see it's got quite a big deviation. And it's quite erratic. You can see this is drifting up and down. Now you expect it to drift up a bit as your resistor warms up, but then it goes down again. You watch, it will go down in a second. There you go, it's going back down again. So, yeah. Something's not right. See the way it's behaving? It just isn't behaving quite right. Now you can see it's much more easily on my Siglent multimeter. There you go, it's going down again. So, yeah, something's weird. I'm suspecting there's an issue with the capacitors in this thing, which I didn't replace. So I've now switched over to negative instead of positive. So that's the open circuit voltage of that. And you can see this is also doing the same thing, jumping around a little bit.
Unnecessary noise.
Yes, lots of it. I'm trying to talk.
Lots of it. Oh my god, it's almost like someone else lives in this house. Outrageous.
So there we see it's on the negative side, drifting up and down again as well, the same sort of thing. Now, does it look better or worse? I'm not quite sure. I should actually look at the Siglent and see, look at the stats on that when we hook it up to that. So let's load it up exactly the same 3k and see how that settles, if it does. Because it's a mirror image, right? So you've got 2 separate capacitors doing each side. It should isolate one side to the other, but you can see this is also jumping around a bit. So let's go to the Siglent and let's see what that one says for stats. So I've got statistics turned on. We'll turn the power on. So this is positive side floating. So it's got 103k across it, so it's basically floating. So I've done a clear there. So the actual span is of the noise, which is what I'm really looking at here. You can see how much is that sort of jumping around and flicking around a bit. Now some of this is going to be noise on the actual multimeter itself, or radiated noise in the environment. There will be a bit of that there. But in fact it sort of drifts up and down a little bit. It's also quite interesting. And obviously I can read this faster than this, but the main thing I'm looking at here is what this is saying it's actually doing, and the limits. Okay? So we got 58 there in open circuit. So let's go negative. We'll clear the readings and we'll see what the other side says when it settles down a bit. Had a bit of time to collect data. See if one side's worse than the other. From what I could see looking at the Keithley, it looked like it was slightly better on the negative side, but it's really hard to tell. No, that's looking pretty bad still. 73 there. Okay, so let's put a load on that. Clear the readings. Let's clear them again. I've got some garbage there. Okay. So you can see under load it is looking better, but there's still a lot of noise there. And it is sort of drifting up, drifting down, drifting up, drifting down. See, it's drifted down, now it's drifting up a little bit. There you go, drifting back up, drifting back down. So, I'm suspicious that's an issue. Let's do the positive side under load. Yeah, so you can see under load, this is worse, see? I'm pretty sure it was anyway. I think I only got to like, was it 40 or 50 or something? Got to the other side? Anyway. So yeah, something's just not right here. It's definitely very noisy. I don't know if it's just my environment or whether I need to do some more work on this current source, because I think it should be quieter than this. And obviously this is just the voltage output, but I can do the same thing on current. I'm getting the same kind of noise. I'll show you. So there you go. So I've got the current set up now. I'll say it's about 3 milliamps what I've got it set to, and you can see we're getting 580 nanoamps of noise there. Is that normal for this? I don't know. If I go to the higher scale, so 29 milliamps there, it should degrade a bit and actually minimise the noise. It depends on where the noise is coming from, because it shouldn't be amplified as much, because it's obviously the lower the output is, the more in the noise is going to be. So this is definitely looking better by doing that much. Get back down again. Yeah, it's 2 milliamp range there. So getting down further in the noise. 200 microamps. So down to microamp noise, look at this. Right, so yes, we're going to be getting a lot of noise from the environment and what have you. I'm using decent cables, but it's not a shielded cable in this case. So yeah, I don't know, I'm not quite sure whether this is bad or not. I think I might have to put it apart and replace the big caps, because that's the only ones I hadn't done. I did the other ones inside it, just not those ones. So I don't know if it's an issue or not. So just plugged into my Siglent power supply. Let's see what this does when I turn the output on. This is set to 10 volts, 10 milliamps of current. And you see you get the noise you get from that. Okay, so to give you some kind of perspective on that. So that's from the linear power supply, which doesn't have any loading on it. That may be a factor. Obviously it's shorting through this. But yeah, that's what it's trying to do. And there's the output of the power supply in voltage terms. So linear power supply, same cable, same environment, noise is a lot lower. So yes, I'm thinking I've got an issue there with that current source, because that's also a linear power supply effectively. But me touching the cable probably made a difference. Yeah, I think I've got an issue with the current source. So this is part of my problem with noise. I've got the lights off right now for a reason. See this? I'm measuring resistance of a standard resistor. This one right here, 4 wire. You can see all the noise we're getting here. Obviously that's where I picked it up, but this is the ambient noise. Now I tried shoving the probe there to different ports in case it helps, but not really much of a one. But you can see this waveform here going on. It's interesting because it's like every 1.2 seconds or something like that anyway. But every once in a while it'll just flatten out and just be really smooth. Just keep watching. There you go. Flattens out, then it comes back. Sometimes it flattens out for quite a period of time. There you go, it's flattening out there at a high level. It's like, what on earth is going on? I mean, the little squiggly lines I can understand because that's like mains noise. But what is this oscillation? I'll try putting the resistor on different surfaces, that kind of thing, and I'll put it down the bench instead. There you go, put it on the bench. But it's like, what's going on? Been going around trying to isolate noise sources, but I think this noise issue I've got going on here is the issue I've been getting with my equipment not being calibrated properly, because this is present. No, it's not just me trying to see it. There you go, it's flattening out. It's not just this meter I'm seeing it on. It's also on, well, any equipment in this room that I use. So I'm really puzzled about what this is and why I have it. Yeah. So main sum I'd understand, like 50 hertz noise, I could definitely understand that. But look at this, just look what it's doing. And then it goes this big oscillations again. So it does the same thing on voltage. Right, this is on resistance, 4-wire resistance. If I just do DC volts instead, even though it's a resistor, it should be basically shorted out. It's a 100k resistor. And this is what we get on voltage. So it's stepping. Now, because this is going positive and negative and stuff like that, it's within like the bottom ranges of this thing what it's actually doing. But you can see it's actually cyclic. You can see it there too. Very interesting. So if I go to a lower power line cycle level, make it auto range as well. So now it's kind of hidden in there. Don't really see it the same way by doing a different number of power line cycles. It's just curious. So now doing 100 power line cycles, which obviously hides it a lot, but it's still there. See that? There we go, big drop. Back up again. So yes, very interesting. Turn that off, turn that off. See if this changes anything. Oh, that is very interesting. Look at that. Could just be scaling. Yeah, I don't know. Doesn't seem to be so cyclic now, but it seems that having that particular setting makes it cyclic and just goes through these phases, which is really interesting. There's still something going on here. See, it's going up and coming back down again, so there's still something going on. So I've now gone to 1 power line cycle and I'm on DC volts now, and yeah, let's look at the cycling like that. Just very interesting. I mean, you're talking 1 millivolt deviation, right? So it's not a huge amount, but I'm trying to work in these levels, so I'm trying to actually calibrate something and make adjustments, and the equipment I'm working on is down in these levels, so having this level of noise is definitely a problem. It's not really acceptable for what I'm trying to achieve. You know, if it is just like a consistent noise level, always the same, I could probably allow for it and average it out or something. But because it's all over the place,